Hi, this is Stuart Talley. I'm the partner here responsible for the metal-on-metal hip cases, and the reason we're doing this video today is to provide an update on the ongoing Pinnacle metal-on-metal hip case that is now pending in Dallas, Texas. This is the first of many thousands of cases to be tried to a jury, and we are now in the second week of the trial. This week, the plaintiffs spent a lot of time talking to and taking testimony from marketing individuals at DePuy. These were individuals who were responsible for marketing the Pinnacle hip, and really the purpose of this testimony was to drive home this theme of the case that the Pinnacle metal-on-metal hips were falsely advertised, that surgeons and the public were told that the hip was essentially indestructible. There's advertising that was put in medical journals and in other places showing that the Pinnacle hip had a 99.9% survival rate. That was the big number that they touted to the medical community, a number that turned out to be wrong. In essence, what they were telling surgeons is that only 0.1% of these things fail. The reality is that at 5 years, failure rate's around 15%. Which is way outside what you would normally expect. So this week we heard from marketing individuals who work for DePuy. There was also testimony taken from a Dr. Thomas Schmalzried. Dr. Schmalzried was one of the inventors of the Pinnacle hip. He's an orthopedic surgeon in Los Angeles. He was the inventor of the hip. He traveled the country and the world telling people how great metal-on-metal hips were. Unfortunately, what we know about Dr. Schmalzried is that he knew they weren't the greatest things in the world. He knew there were lots of problems. There were problems with his own patients that he had. There were problems being reported in Europe and other places. And so a lot of the testimony dealt with what Dr. Schmalzried knew and what he was telling the medical community. There's also a substantial part of the testimony had to do with how much Dr. Schmalzried got paid for doing this. Dr. Schmalzried was paid millions of dollars to work on the Pinnacle hip and to essentially promote it to the medical community. And so that came out during the trial as well. So the trial still appears to be going well for the plaintiffs. We are still in the plaintiff's phase of the case. They are really, like I said, driving home that point that these hips were oversold to the medical community, that there was a lot of false and misleading information provided, and that DePuy, even though they knew they had problems with this hip, were not telling anyone about it. So if you have a metal-on-metal hip, a Pinnacle, or any other kind of metal-on-metal hip, feel free to give us a call. We represent hundreds of individuals who are stuck with metal-on-metal hips. Some have been revised, some have not. You can reach us at the phone number on the screen, or you can reach us through our website. There's an online form you can fill out.